Hello everyone, Namaskar. Welcome to my channel Maths Guidance. So friends, up to the lecture 3 we have discussed about the terminologies related with the chapter polynomials. Then we discussed the types of polynomials according to the degrees and according to the number of terms. Then we moved on to the remainder theorem and zeros of the polynomial in the third lecture. So I want to dedicate this lecture 4, to the factor theorem. Factor theorem we will discuss, and we will do some very good questions in this lecture. And later on we will maybe from the fifth lecture we will move on to factorization and methods of factorization. And I hope you are liking the videos. Please watch the videos fully. So friends, let's understand the factor theorem. So the statement is like this: factor theorem, let fx be a polynomial of degree n greater than 1 and let a be any real number. Okay, fx be a polynomial of degree n greater than 1 and let a be any real number. Then the first one, if fa equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor of fx. Okay, and the second one, if x minus a is a factor of fx, then fa equal to 0. Actually the vice versa of this. Okay, if fa equal to 0, then x minus 1 is a factor of fx, and if x minus a is a factor of fx, then fa equal to 0. So let us now understand the proof of this theorem. Okay, let's see the proof, that how it is true. How can you say that this is true? Okay, so first of all, let us prove this first one. We have been given that fa equal to 0. Let fa equal to 0. Okay, since the question itself says if fa equal to 0, then this one. So let fa equal to 0. Now we have taken this one, let fa equal to 0. Now let us divide fx by x minus a. So when dividing fx by x minus a, when dividing fx by x minus a, okay, let us suppose that gx be the quotient. Let gx be the quotient. We will use the same method which we had used in the remainder theorem. Okay, when we divide fx by x minus a, let gx be the quotient. Okay, and then by the remainder theorem, what we know? By the remainder theorem, we know that f of x is equal to x minus a into gx plus f of a. This is the remainder, this is the quotient. Okay, let us write here the same thing which I had written, x minus a here, this one is fx, this one is gx, and the remainder is f of a. Okay, so x minus a is the divisor into quotient plus remainder, divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, the remainder was fa, which we had discussed in the remainder theorem. So now fx equal to this, so this implies fx is equal to, when we put x equal to fa equal to 0, okay, when we take fa equal to 0, then this will be equal to x minus a into gx. Simple. What does this statement mean? This statement means that x minus a is a factor of fx. X minus a is a factor of fx because it completely divides it. There is no remainder. Remainder becomes 0. Okay. So let us say it again. Let fa equal to 0. Let fa equal to 0. Then when dividing fx by x minus a, and let gx be the quotient. So by the remainder theorem, we know that fx equal to x minus a into gx plus fa. This becomes the remainder. We had seen this in our remainder theorem. This becomes the remainder. So now this fa equal to 0 we have been given. Okay, when it becomes 0, then x minus a gx. So x minus a is a factor of fx. We have proven this first part. Now let us come to the second one. Now the second part is we have to prove that x minus a is a factor. If x minus a is a factor of fx, then fa equal to 0. We have to prove this one. So let x minus a is a factor of fx. Then we can write this statement that fx equal to x minus a into gx if gx is the quotient. Okay, because it is a factor, so remainder will be 0. Now fx equal to x minus a into gx. When we put after this, when we put x equal to a, okay, when we put x equal to a, what does it come? F of a equal to this x will become a minus a 0. So fa equal to 0, simple. Okay, when we put here in this line, f of a is equal to a minus a into gx or ga, whatever you can say, but basically this is 0. So f of a equal to 0. This we had to prove. So we have seen both the statements. This is the factor theorem. If fa equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor of fx. Basically, when the remainder is 0, then that fx will be a factor of x minus a. Okay, and if this x minus a is a factor of fx, then fa equal to 0. Now we will move on to some problems based on this factor theorem, and there are some very good questions in this portion, so we will see it. Okay, so friends, we have taken 2 questions. Okay, so we will do one by one. Solution of question 1. The question is, show that x plus 5 is a factor of the polynomial fx equal to this one, x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 115. Okay, first of all you have to do this x plus 5 equal to 0. Okay, this implies x equal to minus 5. Okay, let's keep this. Now from the factor theorem, what does the factor theorem say? Factor theorem says then that x minus a will be a factor of the polynomial this when f of a equal to 0. So if you apply in this question, x plus 5 is a factor, x plus 5 is a factor of fx when f of minus 5 is equal to 0. And where does this minus 5 comes? This fx. So when f minus 5 is equal to 0, then and only then this will be a factor of, okay, fx. So now we have to find f minus 5. So now put it. Now f minus 5 is equal to, here we will put minus 5 whole cube plus minus 5 square plus 3 into minus 5 plus 115. Okay, so minus 125 plus 25 minus 15 plus 115, that is equal to 115 plus 25 140, and here also 140, so it will become 0. Okay, so this implies x plus 5 is a factor of fx. What is our given polynomial? And fx was this x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 115. So from the factor theorem we have seen that x plus 5 will be a factor of fx when f minus 5 equal to 0, and when we check that f minus 5 is it really 0, then it comes out to be 0. Now we can say that x plus 5 is a factor of fx. So let's move on to second one. Second one is also like this. Find the value of a for which x minus a is a factor of this, fx equal to this. So this we also know from the factor theorem that if x minus a is a factor of fx, then f a is equal to 0. We can write by the factor theorem, if x minus a we have been given here. This is a factor of this. X minus a is a factor of fx, then x minus a, then f equal to 0. Okay, so in this case this implies f equal to 0 we will write here. Now we will move on to here. We will put this a, okay, in this fx. So what will be our, let us write here what was our fx. Fx was x to the power 5 minus a square x cube plus 2x plus a minus 3. Okay, now this fa we have to equalize to 0. Now we will put a to the power 5 minus a square into a cube plus 2a plus a minus 3. Okay, this implies a5 minus a5, 2 and 3 5 plus 3a minus 3 is equal to 0. This implies this will cancel out. 3 minus 3 equal to 0. This means 3 equal to 3. This implies a equal to 1. So this will be our answer. For the value of a, the value of a is 1. For a equal to 1, this will be a factor of this polynomial. Okay, friends, I have taken again two questions. So first one is, for what value of k is the polynomial, this one, exactly divisible by x plus 2? And the second one, the question is, without actual division, prove that this is exactly divisible by this polynomial. Okay, so let us solve question number 1 first. Okay, for what value of k is the polynomial this exactly divisible by x plus 2? First of all, you do this, x plus 2 equal to 0. This implies x equal to minus 2. So from the factor theorem, when this is exactly divisible by x plus 2, that means f minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so this implies we put minus 2 in this polynomial. This implies 2, then minus 2 power 4 plus 3, then minus 2 power 3 plus 2k, then minus 2 power 2 plus 3 into minus 2 plus 6 is equal to 0. This will be our desired equation, and from this we will solve the value of k. Okay, so this implies minus 2 4 ja 16, 16 2 ja 32. Okay, then it will come minus 8 3 ja 24 because the power is 3. Now this one is plus 4 2 ja 8 plus 8k minus 6 plus 6 is equal to 0. So you cancel out this one. This implies 8k plus 8 is equal to 0. This implies k is equal to minus 1. Okay, so for k equal to minus 1, when k equal to minus 1, then that fx will be exactly divisible by x plus 2. Okay, so for k equal to minus 1, for k equal to minus 1, the polynomial, let us write it fx. Fx is exactly divisible by x plus 2, by x plus 2. Okay, and this k equal to minus 1 is our answer. So let's solve the second one. What is the second one? Without actual division, prove that this is exactly divisible by this. So our main, let us suppose our fx is this one, 2x4 minus 6x cube plus 3x square plus 3x minus 2, and this is a quadratic polynomial we have been given. So basically, if this were a linear polynomial, then this question would have been very easy. Okay, but here it is a quadratic polynomial, so no problem, we will factorize it. Let us suppose this is gx. Gx is equal to x square minus 3x plus 2. So that means when you factorize this, it will come out like this: x square minus 2x minus x plus 2. That is equal to x into x minus 2 minus 1 x minus 2, that is equal to x minus 2 and x minus 1. Okay, so basically this gx is a combination of these two factors, x minus 2 and x minus 1. So now our question becomes like this: is exactly divisible by this, means exactly divisible by this, that means it should be exactly divisible by x minus 2 and x minus 1 also. Okay, and from here you get x minus, when we do x minus 2 equal to 0, this implies x equal to 2, and from here you get x equal to 1. Okay, so at these two values our this fx should be 0, that means f2 equal to 0 and f of 1 equal to 0 from the factor theorem, because the question is like this: prove that this is exactly divisible by this. We are supposing that this will exactly divide this, then from the factor theorem this should fulfill the criteria, means f2 equal to 0 and f1 equal to 0. So first one, let us put f2 here, f of x, f2 equal to 0. So from the first one you will get 2 and 2 to the power 4 minus 6 and 2 to the power 3 plus 3, 2 to the power 2 plus 3 into 2 minus 2. Let us see whether it is 0 or not. That is equal to, this equal to 16, means 32, total 32 minus 48 plus 12 plus 6 minus 2. Let us see how much it comes. 12 plus 6, 18 to 30, 18 to 20, 30, 50. 50 minus 50, this is equal to 0. Means f of 2 equal to 0. This implies f2 is equal to 0 we are getting. Now let us see whether f1 equal to 0 or not. So we will find f1 equal to, we will put 1 in this equation. So 2, 1, 4 minus 6, 1 cube plus 3, 1 square plus 3 into 1 minus 2, that is equal to 2 minus 6 plus 3 plus 3 minus 2, that is equal to 2 minus 2 and 6 minus 6, that is equal to 0. Therefore f2 equal to 0 and f1 equal to 0. This means x minus 2 and x minus 1 are the factors. Both are the factors. Actually both are the factors. So from here we can say that x minus 2 into x minus 1 is also the factor, and this means this one, x square minus 3x plus 2, this means x square minus 3x plus 2 is a factor. Okay, so it is proved. So let us take this question, the last question for today's lecture. The question is like this: if x cube plus ax square plus bx plus 6 has x minus 2 as a factor and leaves a remainder 3 when divided by x minus 3, find the values of a and b. Okay, we will solve this one, and this is a good question because both the factors theorem and the remainder theorem has been applied in this question. Okay, both have been applied. So now let us see. First of all, the first statement, if this has a factor, x minus 2 has a factor, so from this we can say that f2 is equal to 0 from the first statement. If this has x minus 2 as a factor, if x minus 2 is a factor of this, that means f of 2 equal to 0. Okay, so this will be our first one. Now let us move on to the second part. And leaves a remainder 3 when divided by x minus 3. So from the remainder theorem, this was from the factors theorem, this one we got from factors theorem. Okay, factors theorem. Now from the remainders theorem, what we know, that if fx is divided by this one, let us suppose x minus a, if fx is divided by x minus a, then the remainder will be fa. Okay, so the remainder in this case we will have f of 3, and that has been given the remainder 3. So f of 3 is equal to 3 we have been given. From the remainder theorem, this f3 will be the remainder, and here the value 3 has been given for the remainder. Okay, so basically we have to solve both of these equations. Let us do it. So from 1 what we get? F2 equal to 0, so we will put the value of 2 as x in this equation. So 2 to the power q plus a into 2 square plus b into 2 plus 6, that should be equal to 0. This implies 8 plus 4a plus 2b plus 6 is equal to 0. This implies 4a plus 2b plus 14 is equal to 0. When we take 2 as a common, then 2a plus b is equal to minus 7. We take this side. So let us take this equation 1 or 3, because 1 and 2 we have supposed. So this is 3. Now from 2 what we get? F3 equal to 3. So we put the value of 3 here in this equation, that we will equate to 3. Okay, so from 2 we get 3, means 3 cube plus a into 3 square plus b into 3 plus 6. So simply we have put the value of 3 in this equation, 3 cube plus a into 3 square plus b into 3 plus 6. Okay, and that has to be equal to 3. So now 27 plus 9a plus 3b plus 6 is equal to 3. This implies 9a plus 3b plus 27, and this will come minus 6 minus 3 plus 30 is equal to 0. This implies, let us take 3 as a common. So 3a plus b, that is equal to minus of 10, and let us take this as equation 4. So now we have equation 2 and equation 4. Simply let us subtract. Subtracting 2 from 1, subtracting equation 4 from equation 3. Subtracting equation 4 from equation 3 we have. Let us write it here. 2a plus b equal to minus 7 and 3a plus b equal to minus 10. Okay, let us subtract. So this one become minus a, that is equal to 3. This implies a equal to minus of 3. Okay, so from here any of the equation we put a equal to minus 3. So let us put it here. Now it will become 2 into minus 3 plus b equal to minus 7. This implies minus 6 plus b equal to minus 7. This implies b equal to 7 minus 6, 1. So hence a equal to minus 3, and b equal to 1. This is going to be our answer. A equal to minus 3 and b equal to 1. Okay, let us see if we have done everything correctly. 2a plus b equal to minus 7, 2a plus b equal to minus 7. Okay, now 3a plus b equal to minus 10. This is also no, plus 30. Okay, minus 10. So now 2a plus b, 3a plus b minus 10, so minus a equal to, this will be plus 10 minus 7 means 3, a equal to minus 3. Okay, this is correct. And now let us put it here. So 2 into minus 3. Okay, 2 into minus 3 here, 2 into minus 3 plus b equal to minus 7. So b equal to minus 6 plus b equal to minus 7. So b equal to minus 7. Okay, this implies b equal to minus 7 and plus 6, that is equal to minus 1. Okay, so a equal to minus 3 and b equal to minus 1. This will be our answer. So we have to do it minutely because minor mistake can make your solution incorrect. So this is the right answer. Okay. So friends, you saw that in lecture 4 we studied about factor theorem. Factor theorem, it's a very important topic of this chapter, polynomials, and we did some very good questions extensively. Some very good questions, some 4 or 5 questions, and all the questions were of were quality questions. In one question we had to apply both the theorems, factor theorem and remainder theorem. So these questions were really good, and we have practiced it in a very good manner. So I hope that up to this factor theorem all is okay, and from the next lecture we will move on to methods of factorization and methods of factorization. Okay, and I hope you are liking the video, and please like, share and subscribe my video so that it will reach to the maximum number of students. Okay, thank you very much.